Okay, cool. Focus. Hey, folks, welcome to Cool Crap We Love, episode 29. I promised to do 35 of these, and there's 29. Wow. I only need 6 more before I drop Walt off the cliff. Hey, first of all, tonight is special. It's New Year's resolutions is the show for Cool Crap. It's 8 o'clock, and I am so happy to be healthy and be here for this. We've had the greatest year. 2020 has been one of the greatest years in my life. It really has. It's the first. This is one of the only shows I'm doing without a mask. So we're happy to bring on my co-partner in crime and conspiracy here. The guy who for 2021 hopes he's like Moby Dick. His name is Walt. He hopes he pops a boner. Come on in, Walt. It's New Year's. There you go.
What's up, Jetty?
Hey, those are nice Garanimals you're wearing.
This is my New Year's shirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actually, I had on another shirt. My wife goes, "You're gonna wear that?" And I was like, "I guess not now."
I heard you came back from dinner with the bride, huh?
I did. We went to go grab some Latino food.
Nice.
I wolfed it down, and I rushed home for this show. One of the 29 show of 35. Evidently, I'm the last person to find out about that.
Then we promised we'd at least do 35.
We said 35 is the number.
Before you
go the number. But I'm going on. I'm going on.
Moving forward.
You have so many other things in your pile of fun that I can't even compete with that.
Pile of fun. Is that what I call it? The pile of fun. That's what I'm having.
Pile of fun.
By the way,
we gotta go a year.
We've been doing this for quite a while now, and I have to say, it's definitely grown on me. It's kind of a very interesting, kind of offbeat kind of show, and you look
forward to it.
Yeah, I kind of do. And the other thing is that I never thought about doing. You came up. You said, "Why don't we do a show about New Year's resolutions?" Which everyone makes these
January 1st, I'm starting. January 3rd, I'm stopping.
And I remember last year writing a joke on Facebook saying that I know I possess wisdom because I did not join the gym today. I remember saying that last year because it's like every year I say the same thing too. I want to lose 20 pounds. That's like your resolution. And then all of a sudden I lose the 20 pounds, but I forgot that I gained 30 in the process of 20.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now.
You know why I don't do that? Well, when we get to that New Year's resolution, I'll tell you why I don't do that. Why I don't. Yeah, there's no sense in wasting it now because it's going to come up later.
Well, I don't know. Well, it's just like dinner. You don't never know if it's going to come up or not. But I always think we should take advantage of the moment when it's available. However,
the reason I don't lose weight, is because I know I don't even say it because I know I'm not going to do it. So I'm just not going to do it.
Just don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, I'm going to get crown molding around my house. Me saying it is just as good as me doing it, and then I don't have to do it.
I wonder how the bride. I'm thinking about the wife jokes, but I'm going to leave that alone with you. So, hey, by the way, in the chat right here, real quickly, we have look who's coming up. Hey, it's Bob.
Who's
Rumba.
That? Bob Rumba.
Mike Dupree saying hello.
Who's that?
Mike Dupree and Charlie Fisher, one of my New Year's resolutions.
Charlie Fisher showing up.
He wants to meet you in person as one of his New Year's resolutions.
Finally, you know what? Maybe.
Let me tell you, Charlie Fisher's a great guy. Look, who else popped in here? Dan Nav. Hey, wait.
Dan Nav.
New background. By the way, I have many new backgrounds for 2021.
Well, let me Hey, Dan, let me tell you about the background. The background I have is because John has not put OBS on my computer as of yet.
I will help.
I have a green screen and I have all of it, but John's supposed to remotely do it. So this one is on John.
There you go. Bob Rumba goes, I made a resolution not to make any resolutions, which, by the way, makes me think of this. Used to be a joke like that where there's like 2 computer geeks talking, a guy and a girl, and he says, what's your resolution this year? And he goes, 1080p or 4K. That's a geek joke. Anyway, here's another hello from Anthony Leonardo Mangiero Casino. I don't know how you say it last name. And from Anthony LM. There you go.
Let me tell you something. A lot of people have said hello to me and not you.
That's very true. And they all want to meet. They already know I'm a bad guy. They want to meet you. They want to see what type of person you may be.
They don't know. You can meet me. You can meet me January 6th down in DC. If anybody wants to meet me.
That's Speaking of which, that's a funny point. That's right. There's a big rally going on January 6th in Washington D.C. supporting President Trump. Now we don't get political, as you know. We never
none.
We not at all. We don't do politics.
Off air we do, but not on air.
Well, yeah, off the air we may speak about it, but not in person, right? That's
correct.
That's the way to play this game.
That's one of the taboo subjects. That, and no, that's really it. We try not to use foul language.
No, there you go. That works. Yeah. So let's take a look real quick. I want to show you here. By the way, I was looking at some New Year's pictures things, and is this us on New Year's? There you go.
Oh, yeah, I sent that to you. That was a show we did over at Jester's the first time you were there.
Yeah.
The first time we met. That was the first. Well, besides the Joseph Anthony roast, that was the first time you ever worked at my comedy club.
Was that the time that I had the Trump puppet out or the Hillary puppet, and the lady was throwing lemons?
No.
Time.
No, that was Jokers, not Jesters.
Jokers, not Jesters. Okay, and then
Jokers, you took the lemon off the head.
I remember that. Yeah, and I did not say any. I think it was Hillary. Was it a Hillary puppet? Yeah,
it was a Hillary puppet.
And I didn't say anything that Hillary had not said. By the way, the humor was in just what she said, and I thought it was pretty funny.
The lady was a little angry about it, because it was during that election time. But probably was around 2016, and she reached into her drink and pulled the lemon out and the lemons and threw them at John.
You know what happens when life hands you lemons? What do? You put the person down harder. That's all. That's
all it is.
And look, there's another picture. Is that the same? Oh, there's Smiley.
That's the same place. Yeah, that's the picture we took with Smiley.
That's a horrific picture. That's look you're on trial type picture. Look at that. And you're in a comedy club when you have the black drapes that don't even reach the ceiling. Nothing like black velvet that goes 7 foot. Okay. Well, anyway, so today's show is what? Funny New Year, right? Funny New Year's resolutions, right? Okay.
Let's do them.
All right. So real quick. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about resolutions today. I was thinking, and not to get political, but if you were a pre-elected president of the United States, if you were, your first one would be why? I was thinking, what would be really funny if I was Biden? I'd be like, I really promise this year, not to sniff any young children ever again.
He can't promise that. He'd break that in day 2. January 22nd, he'd be sniffing somebody.
Yeah, he's sniffing little Wuhan children there too. He shouldn't be sniffing. That's
how we got COVID-19.
COVID 20. Anyway, I just thought that would be pretty fun. Not that we do politics. When it comes to
that wasn't political.
That wasn't political. That's right.
That's comedy.
That's comedy. Thank you very much. All right. So you sent me some pictures here, Walt. First one.
I did.
New job. People always say, hey, it's the new year. We want to get a new job.
New job.
What do you think?
I don't suggest you do that this year. Stay with the stable job, because there's not a lot of jobs out there right now that are. It's not like you're going to leave one restaurant and go to another. I mean, you're not going to. You might want to leave a restaurant as a waiter and take off as an Amazon driver. That would probably be a good move.
It's funny you mention. I'm not going to say who. I have a friend of mine who's an entertainer. He's a variety act like myself. I won't say he's a magician. He's another type of variety. But anyway, I call him for last week. He doesn't call me back, and suddenly he called me yesterday, and I said, "Hey," and he goes, "It's 10 o'clock," and he's like, "I gotta get up at like 6 in the morning." I go, "What do you?" 6 in the morning. He goes, "Yeah, I'm working for Amazon. I deliver 10 hours a day." And I thought, "Oh my God!" One of my friends went corporate. Like he went to the standard corporate. It was good. But I understand we all got to do what we got to do. But it's just disturbing to me to see a guy who's a great entertainer delivering Amazon, who becomes part of the problem in a sense. Because Amazon is it's the greatest thing in the world. If I want to order a hinge and it's here tomorrow, it's the greatest thing in the world. However, this guy is a billionaire and he's controlling New York Times. There's all kinds of things that go on with that derogatory. So
this is Richie Minervini you're talking about?
No, it wasn't Richie. Richie's busy. Richie's really busy.
Richie's all over the place. He's going to the places where you don't have to wear masks.
Richie's like this.
No, but that's it. Whatchamacallit should be a good job is Amazon. If you're looking for a job, they are looking to hand you a van to go deliver packages.
For how long though?
It's going to be no. You're
Right.
never going to stop. I'm never going to stop that. I mean, I used to order a couple things here and there, but now I don't even go to the store. I don't even go. I just who's that? My brother. That's my brother. Sup, brothers? I just order from Amazon. As a matter of fact, I find myself when I'm bored, I'm just on the Amazon app looking for something that I can buy.
And by the way, yes, Anthony, I remember you working at 6 Flags, of course. And there's Lisa Freud, very funny. You know, Freud. Sorry about it. Oh, geez,
Lisa Freud. Freudian slip.
So anyway, you're right. Though this whole Amazon thing, it's tremendous, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but the bottom line is that you can't not use it. It's that efficient. And
yeah,
it's crazy. It's so crazy. So listen, when it comes to like New Year's resolutions, so new job is not a good time. Okay. You also sent me this. Eat healthier. That's what everybody says.
Everybody's going to eat healthier. My new thing is I'm going Super Beets. I'm going to purchase Super Beets because that's eating healthier, but not really having to do anything for it. You just put it in water, stir it up, and you got Super Beets in your blood.
Well, it's funny because a couple months ago, I bought the Super Beets.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. And I put it inside the water, shook it up, and I drank it every day for it must have lasted about 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Does it taste like black cherry?
No.
Oh, there's one that tastes like black cherry.
No, this is just the pure, granulated beets kind of stuff, And
it's like beets?
It tastes like beets and water. Yeah.
I don't want that.
Listen, I don't mind if it's medicinal. I'm good with it. I can handle that taste for medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it wasn't. I mean, it's not.
Hold your nose. You don't even taste it.
It doesn't taste good, but it's kind of like I can live with it. It's all right. And I drank it every day. Like I would, before breakfast, I would drink one. And after I ran out, I feel no difference before or after. I mean, there was no difference. I did try a marijuana brownie, but I couldn't keep it lit. So
no, I bought that gel you put on your arms, the gel. I forgot what they call it. Some kind of gel that's supposed to CBD gel.
Semen?
No, that's a totally different gel. And you put it on your wrists and you put it on your thin, and it's supposed to it's almost like a steroid or something like that.
You really put it on your wrist like a girl?
That's where the thin part of your skin is, so it absorbs into your body.
Really? I didn't know that. I mean, I know there are CBD gummies.
It wasn't CBD. What the hell was the?
It's something else. It's not CBD. Okay.
No, it wasn't CBD. It was like a steroid or some shit like that.
It makes you feel better. We're on live right now on Strike TV. I mean, transmitted to, okay, it's okay. We'll strike that.
All right.
Well, anyway.
So next year I'm not cursing.
Next year, there you go.
For the remaining 6 shows, I'm not cursing.
There is your New Year's resolution. I actually one of my things is to burn 2,000 calories a day. And how do you do that? That's the old joke: is you leave the brownies in the microwave. So here's another thing: save bucks.
Oh yeah,
Everybody wants to save money.
You know what? You know how I do this?
How do you do it? On all fours with a leather mask.
You just blew it. You blew it.
I'm clean. That's clever.
Just blew it. No, I opened up a Robinhood account.
Yeah.
What I did was open a Robinhood account and I transfer money into that, and it automatically buys me Tesla stock.
Okay.
So that's how I'm saving my money, because Tesla's going through the roof, and that it's not so easy to get the money out of Robinhood. It's easy to get out of a checking account into a savings account.
That's funny you mention that. I never tried to take it out. I invested. I have Tesla also in Robinhood account. I also have Bitcoin going bananas. 29,000 today.
30,000, right?
29.
Mining Bitcoin.
But today it hit 29, and I was at 24. And I called a friend of mine who's an investor. This is boring. People want to hear this, but I said, hey, what do I do? I said, I should really pull out now. This thing could drop after the new year and blah, 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 blah. And he said to me, John, the trend is your friend. Remember that.
That's right. That's right.
And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm telling you. Today he texted me when it hit 29,000. He goes, John, Told you the trend is your friend, right? I was like, I made an extra like $5,000 by having it, not selling it,
Yeah.
So
you know what the funny part about that is? If I always used to think this when I was younger.
you know what the funny part is? People are falling asleep as we're talking about finance.
No. In my gambling days, you watch the roulette wheel, and if like 7 reds come out together, in a row,
the next one is black.
Everybody wants to bet black, but the trend is your friend.
Keep
bet red.
Every time I would do that, the double green would come out, and I'd be like,
Double green. Yeah, but that's how I do it. So saving money, it's hard to do because again, I'm surfing Amazon looking for things to buy instead of needing to go there to buy things.
Why do we as Americans have to waste money on things that we don't really need or want anyway?
Because we need stuff to put in our garage sale 5 years later.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, let's do one more, and then I want to bring on Richie because I think I could see Richie in the green room. He's sitting there combing his hair. Let's. You look beautiful. Oh, stop smoking. Okay.
Yes.
I did that a long time ago, and I wish I never started. But yeah, that's a big thing. Stop smoking. So look, this is the classic. Everybody wants to do the same stuff, right? Lose weight, get in shape, eat healthier, make more money, get better work, do this, do that. As a matter of fact, I have a list here I wrote. I have a list I have from last year.
See this one here, the stop smoking one. I was going to start smoking tonight. I was going to take up smoking tonight. So I smoke today, tomorrow, and it's very easy to quit on New Year's Day. Because I just started.
There you go. You're good.
Yeah, then I'd be good. So I'd be fooling myself.
My New Year's resolutions were, number one was to lose belly fat, which is a problem.
I need that.
Lose belly fat. Learn how to actually cook a decent meal. Get much better in bed. At least make it look like an effort has been made on the appearance. And stop breaking down and every time my other half has an affair. And my wife sobbed at me and said, she handed over the list and said, all right, I'll try.
I knew it was going somewhere. I knew it was going somewhere. I just didn't know where.
I'm just because I was looking at the jokes from last year. Oh God, a whole bunch of them. Anyway.
Yeah, no, smoking is tough for people, but a lot of people try and then they sneak. They sneak 1 or 2 here, and then they're just full blown smoking again.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, I used to smoke, and I used to smoke like a pack or so a day, and I used to really steam, like really smoke. And I remember I can't tell you how many packs of cigarettes I had thrown out. Cartons at a time. I'm done. I would throw them away, and then I'd buy them again. I mean, it's the same way I do today with chocolate and ice cream. It's the same thing.
How much was a pack of cigarettes when you quit?
It was like $1.50 or something. I remember when I was traveling, it was like $1.50. It was cheap back then.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time. I stopped smoking when I was 30 years old. It was a long time ago. But I remember going to Canada with Bob Levy, where we spent 3 weeks in a basement together. It was horrible. And I remember in Canada, the same $2 package of cigarettes here were $4.50 in Canada. Yeah, with that loony money that they had. I remember it was horrific. Anyway, it's time. But New Year's is a great time, and my wife's yelling down. It's 2 1/4. She's actually listening to my show. Wow. Come to any show now. She's
Keep it down. Keep it down up there.
I have to stop her.
She sounds like you have her captive in the basement.
Actually, I'm captive. My green screen studio. By the way,
put the lotion in the basket.
I got an idea.
What?
I have a new idea. I'm going to build a new studio in a dome in my yard. I'm going to build a dome that they sell. I found a hippie lady in California that makes domes. I am telling you, I got to send you a picture of this thing. It is the great.
All right.
In fact, I show it to you right now if you want to see it. It's just So let me tell you the website. Well, look, I'm promoting.
Why do you have to do it in a dome?
She's our new sponsor. Where is it? Let's see.
Why are you doing it in a dome?
Why am I doing it in a dome?
Yeah.
Because take the whole thing and make it a huge green. Here it is. It's called PacificDomes.com. Okay. So check this out. You ready real quick?
Yeah. Why not? Let's bore people even more.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a little room. Why don't you just build a little shed? You get like one of those Amish sheds and make your plates out there.
I have a shed. Oh God, it didn't come up. It's like Pacific Domes. All right, here we go. So here it is, PacificDomes.com. Wait till you see this. All right, check this out. You ready?
All right. I'm going to want one, right? I'm going to be on Amazon looking for a cheaper dome.
You're going to want it. Yeah, well, let's see. Let me make sure you can see this real quick. All right, there you go. Blow that.
That's
baby.
a big dome.
Hey, I got a big head. So this is the domes they make, right? So there's greenhouse, there's dwelling domes. I would get one of what they call a dwelling dome, right? That's one of these. Now look at the inside of this thing.
Wow.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
It's cool. And they make all these different kinds. I mean,
how much is it?
Well, they start at like $6,000 and go up.
That's not bad.
No, but then that's for the dome. But then you see this flooring that's in that all this interior stuff has been put in is special. And then let's take a couple look at these. There's a bunch of them all together. It's camping domes, base camp,
it's like a little dome community.
Studio dome.
I like it.
The healing dome, yoga domes. What else? Emergency shelter dome. Okay. So the bottom line is, let's see if I wanted to show you the picture. There's a gallery.
That's going to be your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, to save money.
You're going to buy a dome.
But the point about this dome is, see the floor that's over here around it? You have to build this floor around the thing first up in the air, off, a couple feet off the floor, and then the dome is placed on top of it, and then the plastic thing goes over it, and then you start putting whatever you want in there.
So it's like a tree house.
Yeah, but my point about this dome, mine is, I'm going to get it, put down a floor, and paint the whole floor green, right? Have a whole green floor. I'll put the wall up like this guy and separate it. And then I'll be able to do a studio on one side, podcasting, video and audio and all that. And on the other side, I can do stand-up shows, comedy shows, illusion shows, whatever. So I have a podcast studio, a virtual studio to send out, and a stand-up show kind of a place. What do you think?
I think you're 58 and you're taking on something that's going to take a lot of work.
What work? You just write the check. I'm not physically building it.
Well, you're going to paint the floor and I guess. All right. Listen, you want to be a dome man? Go ahead.
I'm going to be the dome man.
Sure make that movie already?
Yeah, right. That was like 1989. Anyway, let me stop wasting time. Let's bring on Richie. I promised him bring him in at 8:20. We're 3 minutes behind. But and Richie looks good. He used to look like this.
By the way, I love Dick Clark. I brought up Dick Clark because that was what I looked forward to every New Year's Eve.
I used to like that too.
And then he came on and we talked about this, and it just didn't have the same effect.
He would have done very well with the mask today. But and by the way, that was the guy that everyone said he never aged and never changed, and he was all of that.
And all of a sudden, that deal with the devil just it stopped. He aged like this, his mouth went like this, and he died.
Yeah, and which is, if you're gonna go, you want
that's the way you gotta go.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
Speaking of going today, by the way,
one
of my favorites, and I actually was trying to get her on this show, was Dawn Wells, who was Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island, and I tried so hard to get her on. I knew she had dementia, and it was going to be a tough sell.
That's not what they're saying. She died of.
No, they're saying she died of COVID because they say everybody dies of COVID. Nobody dies of anything else but COVID these days. But Mary Ann, she had dementia when I was. I had met up with her at one of those Chiller Theater things.
I have a picture of you with her, Walt.
Bring it up.
Okay,
bring it up.
Right here. Boom.
Look at that. That was back when me and Dawn Wells were very happy together.
Yeah,
she was smiling. I don't want to tell you where my hand was.
I
have that cynical Johnny Rose from Schitt's Creek smile on my face. But yeah, that was Chiller Theater back in, I don't even know when that was, maybe 10 years ago.
She looked good. She looked
great there. But yeah, she passed away today. And they're saying COVID-19, but I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying either. But I will say this now ends my and everyone else's eternal conflict of whether it's the super starlet or Dawn Wells. And now it has to not be Dawn Wells.
Right. Well, she's the only one left. Tina Louise is the only one left.
And I don't know if you've seen the recent pictures of Tina Louise. I mean, she was beautiful.
Tina Louise.
She's rough now, rough on the eyes.
Oh, my God. She
it must be horrible to be so beautiful. And
actually, I would probably, at this point, take Mrs. Howell's dead bones over Tina Louise.
Yeah, they may taste better. Actually, that's another thing about, that show. That's one of my favorite shows. I watched it a million times. But, imagine if you were stuck on an island with me for like all those years, and you're cooking stuff, and then you'd say, "What do you want for dinner?" And you'd be like, "I don't know. I would try the lobster. What kind of sauce do you have? Coconut, again, coconut. Everything has to have coconut flavor. I mean, everything. What else flavor do you have in that island but coconut?"
You'd be learning how to make coconuts talk. You'd make them into puppets.
You know, the other thing about that show that was crazy too, on Gilligan's, they listened to the professor. Why not listen to the millionaire? That guy knew how to make. Why would listen to the professor? I would rather listen to the guy who learned how to make a lot of money. He was probably a lot swifter than the professor, in my opinion. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, listen, they went on a 3-hour tour with $700 million. The Howells, and the Ginger Grant had so many dresses, so many different dresses. The professor had a radio that worked. The batteries worked forever. Yeah, right. and they couldn't get off this island. And Gilligan and Skipper wore the same thing every show,
which was perfect. And remember her going, "Lovey, lovey,
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 lovey."
Thurston Howell the third.
Yeah, but I got to be honest, man. If I'm cooped up on the island with Ginger and Marianne back then, right?
Yeah, no one to arrest you for rape. Yeah,
nothing. I'd be on both of them every day. Like I'd be putting down the Skipper. If I'm Gilligan, I'm like, Marianne, the Skipper, he might be gay. You're just saying all this kind of stuff. So like she'd have no choice. Nobody had no urges on that island.
It used to be. Richie, you remember this? There was a great comic who used to do a whole bit about that. It was great. Bobby Woods, and he would be Norton Pal, and he would do all that. All right, well, let me bring him on in here. The poor guy is sitting there. His hair is growing as we speak right now. I'm watching his hair grow. So this guy up, Richie. I didn't write a bio to read about him, but
you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, you look at Richie Minervini. He's been around forever and knows everybody. And he's been on The King of Queens and several movies with Kevin James, and he's been a great comic. We've worked together many times. A great comic and a good guy. One of the only guys in this business that's real. And here he is, the wonderful Richie
Minervini. I was at Richie's roast.
There he is.
Red Fox on Gilligan's Island. And a lot of ugly white people on Gilligan's Island. Although I would do Marianne. And where's that Tina Louise? How are you, Walt? How are you, John? How you doing?
Hey, Rich.
I'm on the patch. Funny you guys talking about smoking. I'm on the nicotine patch right now. I tried smoking and it was very rough on my throat. So I'm trying to build up my tolerance. You start off at 2, you go up to 8. I'll be on real cigarettes by next year.
He's working his way up.
You ever think about one of those jewels or anything like that?
What jewels?
The jewel, the what do they call them? The air, you're smoking the air.
Vapes.
The vapes. Nothing.
I never smoked. I smoked when I was 13. I was about 110 pounds. And one of the big kids said, I was like, "Look at Minervini." And everyone laughed at me. I never smoked again. Never put a cigarette in my mouth again. Walt, how are you? I've heard, I've seen. I don't think we
met. I was at your roast.
That's the only time. Yeah, it was like, "Hello, how are you?" And I was out there. Yeah.
I was out. Yeah, that was the roast. That was when your attorney got taken off stage by Kevin James.
That was the most brilliant thing. My attorney went up, and he's normally a funny guy, but Darcy was running the show going, "I got 12 minutes. You got 9 minutes. You got 6 minutes." So he had a guitar thing and a pick thing. He was so terrible.
And he wouldn't stop.
Kevin James was in the back of the room. No one knew he was there. And he just walks up on stage. He goes, "If you're really friends of his, you wouldn't have done this yourself." And he carries the guy off the stage. And my friend couldn't have been more embarrassed. I said, "You got knocked out by Muhammad Ali. You can be proud."
That was it.
Yeah.
He did nothing else but do that. Kevin James did nothing else except come up and take the guy off the stage. That was it.
It was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical.
There was about 100 people at that roast too, right?
242.
Yeah, like 2 days.
242.
Yeah, 242.
Yeah, at the place in Farmingdale. It was nice. It was Clark Gillies is out in the audience from the Islanders. Carol Silver from Channel 12, which is big on Long Island. It was just amazing to see them. For an hour and 40 minutes, you're just like, "Oh my God, my aunt's looking at me. These guys are talking about drugs. Oh, this is terrible." And she comes over after the show and she goes, I learned more about you in an hour and 45 minutes than I have in 60 years. I said, am I still coming over for the Sunday dinner? She goes, yeah.
Is that on tape? Is that anywhere
I
out
don't think
there?
it was taped. No.
What's that?
I don't think you have it on tape, right?
No, definitely taped.
I would love to see that.
Sharon Rothberg was hysterical.
Really?
She tortured me.
Really?
Minervini keeps hitting on me. And I told him, no. I have a stage 4 cancer. I probably only have a year to live. And she said, that's about as long as I want to see a woman. Yeah.
But I met that's when I met Joan St. Ange and John Joseph was there. I met him. There was a bunch of people. It was a good time.
Joan had the line of the night, John. She said, when Richie Minervini first opened East Side Comedy Club, it was deemed a historic moment. When they closed it, it was deemed a felony.
Wow. Did you know that he owned the comedy club back in the 80s?
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Richie, that's another thing. A lot of people don't know that. First of all, you're a New York guy, but now you're out of Florida, right?
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of people if they don't know that you ran, what the name of the comedy club in Long Island was?
East Side Comedy Club.
Right. How many years was that there?
Joe Franklin.
Yes.
And the name of your club was.
Wait, I got to take a break from Martin Paints.
Martin Paints.
But how long did you run that club for?
Never. I was the first night, and for 15 years I let family run it.
You know what I mean. How long was it there for?
It was 15 years.
15 years. Wow.
Some big names in there.
They all came out of there.
Oh yeah. We had Jackie Mason was our opener, and he was just doing me a favor. By favor, $10,000 for the weekend, but I only had 130 seats. I was charging $8 to get in. Really low advertising. He didn't necessarily sell out everything. And people are pounding on my door, my chef. We've been open for 6 weeks, but this is the first night we made money. And Mason goes, how do you have money? If I do the math correctly, there's only $7,200 out there. How could you possibly give me $10,000? And they're banging on the door. Give me my money, Minervini, I want my money. And he goes, they're going to kill you. I have a suggestion. Take your $10,000, pay it off the staff. I'll see you next year some other time. And he walked out after doing 4 hard shows. He didn't want any money. I tried to get back to him the next year. Nothing.
Wouldn't even answer the phone.
The 6th time he's here, I still try to pay him back. And look, we're doing really well now. He goes, you want to do me a favor? And we'll erase this whole thing. Yeah. My career's taking off, kid. Don't ask me to come back.
I called that guy to do a gig a year or so ago during April. And I couldn't talk to him. I had to talk to the old lady that he deals with. I don't know, some older woman who books him.
Jill?
Yeah. I shouldn't say what he wanted, but the number was over $100,000, and he wanted a private jet to go in and out of Florida, in and out to do the gig. It was like stupid money. The guy offered me like $75,000 to do a private party for 20 people. And this guy he was like apparently he doesn't want to work. He didn't care.
He didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I didn't care. But he wanted a private jet and well over $100,000. It was like, oh my God.
He got on Broadway, and he was making $1 million a week over there.
Oh my goodness.
His girlfriend was richer. She's from the Diamond family.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Richie, but I'm the kind of guy, when it comes to comedy, if somebody offered me that kind of money, I could never say no. I could just never say no. I'd be like, yeah, I'll be there. Whatever you want. Whatever. I'll be there. All right. So it's when you get that kind of stupid money, it must feel really good to just keep stacking up those 100,000s in your bank, like every day, like bang, bang,
I don't know why those guys don't give back though. Like you get a little comedy club that's just trying to make it. You get somebody like Seinfeld, right? Seinfeld should give back to what, he got his breaks. Give the comedy clubs a break,
He did the show with, what's his name on Broadway, which was really nice. He financed that show. Yeah, Colin Quinn's show. He helped out other comics and stuff. By the way, we got a hello here from Latifa. Hello, Walt, John, Peasy, and Richie. Hello, Latifa. Latifa.
Queen Latifah?
I don't know if she's a queen or not. But the other thing too that's interesting. This is New Year's, right? It's coming up. I don't know about you. I've worked she's white. I worked out every I worked at every New Year's Eve my whole entire life. So when it comes to New Year's Eve, you don't even think about I think about New Year's Eve. I don't know. I'm always end up driving home at 2 a.m. I don't know
what are you doing. What are you doing? Nothing, right?
Yeah, nothing. As a matter of fact, I'm off.
I'm working
tomorrow.
at Wick Theater in Boca Raton.
You working at tomorrow night in Boca?
Yes, Marilyn Wick. I'm opening up for the $1 Million Quartet.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, one of the
With
original
social
guys is
distancing?
in the. Not I'm talking about Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings. Who are the other two guys? Well,
It's Johnny Cash, not Waylon Jennings, Elvis, Carl Perkins, and
Willie Nelson?
no. There's a fourth one.
Oh, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis. That's who the other one. And I was supposed to have them over at the Sugarloaf Performing Arts Center in April, and they canceled. I mean, they had to move it.
Where's Sugarloaf?
It's about an hour north of the city.
Wow.
Up by Monroe. I don't own it. I run it. I run a 700-seat theater up there.
Wow.
Which we have now, by the way, a stream show going on tomorrow. So we're streaming from there with no audience, and we're streaming for New Year's Eve. And on the show is Mike Gaffney, Ross Bennett, Jay McBride. You know Jay McBride? Transgender comic. And I don't know who the fourth person is, but we're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. You got to adapt.
Now, that's a good question, Richie.
The advertised middle acts rule.
Richie, would you want to do that though for you as a performer? Would you want to be someplace and they say, here's X amount of money to do your act tonight, and we're going to ship this out across the country to everybody online that can buy it. So now when you go to Chicago and they go, oh, we already saw them online that night for $8.
I watched Joey Cola do 12 minutes. I'm in my living room going, this is thoroughly enjoying to me. I'm going to do this. The next week, I set up my camera. I had my living room. I had my little laugh track going. I went, hey, everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Richie Minervini Comedy Live. I'm zooming. I went, I can't do this.
You know who does a great one is Dave Koenig. Dave Koenig, yeah, he does a great one-man show on the podcast. But what John, what you just did, by the way, should be illegal. Because you asked him a question and you led him to an answer.
No, I didn't lead him.
You did. You said, would you ever do this knowing that it's going to go out and people paid $8 a ticket to see you, and then they're going to go out and they're not going to see you out there? No, that's not the question.
The reason, Walt, is a redundancy to me. It's like all of a sudden, if somebody's going to come pay you, it's $50 to come see you on New Year's Eve or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're a third of the price somewhere else in another part of the country. I wonder if it actually hurts you in the future for the small amount.
I think it does, and for that kind of money, it's $20 to watch a stream show from a comedy club. For free, you can watch George Carlin's New Year's Eve.
Good point.
Woody Allen. You can watch, in front of a live audience with a 3-camera shoot as opposed to a 1-camera shoot with a guy with no audience. It's fine, I think, for magicians and Joey Cola for some reason. Most comedians need an audience in the audience.
And ventriloquists.
No, not ventriloquists. Not ventriloquists.
Gemini is doing very well with his stream show.
Is he?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's able to perform. I mean, I don't know who's in the audience. I don't know who's buying it. But when I watch his production, it's him and a puppet going at it, and it's I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you see, the bottom line, but he's not doing his show. I think he's just doing improv kind of goofy stuff, like almost like TikToks or whatever. But my point is that I keep thinking that if you're going to give this away in that environment, it may hurt you. It may saturate you a little bit unless you have hours of material that you can just keep creating new stuff.
Johnny, nobody in Bismarck, North Dakota is going out to see John Peasy when he's there. They're going to the comedy club, and John Peasy happens to be there.
You'd be surprised. But I kill it at Bismarck.
Oh, he's big in Bismarck.
I'm a big draw. I'm a big draw.
All right, so maybe I picked the wrong town.
Oh, well, I had 4 cattle come see me. No, but you know what I mean. I don't know. I know you and I disagree on this, but we have to wait and see what happens over time. You tell me how the transvestite comic does in the Midwest.
I don't know. You know who's involved in it, Richie? You probably know him, and I know you know him, John, is Tommy Nicky.
Yeah.
So he's the one doing the show with us at the theater. So he's the one that picked the comics. I didn't pick the comics.
And now you know why. Oh, there you go.
I would have asked.
All those guys. No. Ross Bennett is by far a great guy.
I love Ross.
Great comic.
They're great.
Great comic.
But I already got Jimmy Schubert. Schubert's down there with you right now. He's willing to do it, and why not?
He is so happy to be where he's down here working. Florida's open. We're going out. Even my friend Bruce Smirnoff, who stays home, we're going out to clubs now, and we're me, Shuby, and we're going up on stage for nothing, and we're having a ball. Like when you're by yourself doing it, you feel like a loser. But when you got 3 other good comics there, and you're in a horrible room.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. We did improv last week. My show was going so poorly. I said, you guys want to come up here and do some improv? And Shuby was he already left, but the other people came on stage. Only one of the girls had done improv before. I've done it a few times, haven't done it in 8 years. The audience thought it was the most incredible thing in the world. After hating my show, which they should have, they loved the improv. They never saw it before. What was that? That's like the guy Drew Carey. That was you guys are so funny and fast. Yeah.
That's a great combination, though. You 3 guys is a great. I tell you what, I like to hire you for a very discounted price to stream that across the country next Saturday night.
I normally don't do that, but
I know a theater.
For you, I got such a deal of plane, and on Tuesday give me a heater.
Now, Richie, what's going to be your New Year's resolution this year?
Well,
He's got to think about
this. I'm going to break it by the 3rd anyway. Yeah.
Like everybody else.
I used to say I'm going to gain 20 pounds so I can finally 1 year do it.
Win. I can win my resolution.
John Peasy tried to get me on this diet program last Christmas.
Don't listen to me.
He listened, yeah. And then Frank Del Pizzo did it too. Frank lost 47 pounds.
Look at Frank. Frank looks like the crypt keeper. I saw him.
But it's still, his after picture is way better than his before picture wasn't that good even before. But
the body, the face, he looks like a chicken now.
Either you look like a rounded, chubby, fat, happy person, or you look like the crypt keeper. What's I don't know what's the alternative here.
I don't know. I haven't been thin, and he always think you were thin like 2 years ago. Then you see pictures from 15 years ago. No, I haven't been fat for 15 years, have I?
Yeah. Me too. I'm angry at my scale. I think it's broke.
Yeah, I think I'm not photogenic anymore. I used to be so photogenic when I was 30, and now everybody takes a bad picture of me.
Rich, I had to lift my camera up on books just so you wouldn't see my double chin.
Richie, I let out my socks after Christmas Day. It's like it's horrible though. It's true. Even at the last 48 hours, I ate like an animal. And today I walked 2 miles, and I try to I'm trying to make up for a little bit and try to get back, keep moving. But in all honesty, it's like you get old, you just can't eat like that anymore. You're supposed to eat like, but I can't help it. It's just it's there in front of you, and it's there. It is. You do it.
Well, I came back from Omaha this afternoon. I was supposed to go out for 5 days to visit my daughter. I stayed 9. She's into hiking, and I hiked in 13-degree weather in the mountain. It was snowing. I had on leather gloves. I had a hat. I bought new shoes to hike with her. We hiked on Christmas Day. We did 13,000 steps. We cooked all the food the night before, except for boiling the pasta. And man, we came home. We ate. We deserved to eat. We worked out hard. It was, we weren't going to go. I said, listen, it's snowing. She said, Dad, you used to live in New York. Put on a hat and a scarf. And all right. And also the mask. The mask is a good thing now.
13,000 steps is not a lot of steps, Rich.
I did 13,000 in November.
That's not a lot of steps.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say 130,000 steps. I was like, that's a lot of steps.
It was probably 13.
In one day, I think that for me, that was a whole bunch. I've been getting up, going down 7 steps and laying on the couch watching TV. And at night, I go up another 7 steps. That's it. That's my whole day, 21 steps.
Richie, so I think there's 13,000 steps for you in process of making the pasta, maybe, or cooking that food. I mean,
well, I knew I was going to visit her. I knew she was a hike freak. And in order to go out with her, I started practicing about a month and a half ago, walking for an hour a day. After 19 minutes, I came back the first day. then I built up to an hour and a half a day. And when I went out there, I had a good time. I felt good.
Okay, it works. See, it's good. So now, but you were practicing in Florida where it's warm, and then all of a sudden you're in this cold environment. And being in Florida, you have the warm blood already too, so you get cold.
Rocky 7.
Yeah, you got the hood, the whole thing.
Oh my God, it was fun. It was fun.
That's great. That's so great.
I knew that. I saw the pictures of you.
Oh, good. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I said, I thought you were in Utah, but it was Omaha.
Omaha. And
Yeah.
all she had for a hat, and she had a hat that said the Patriots on it. And I had a choice of either not wearing a hat or being
Patriots, right? I saw you with the Patriots.
Oh, they kept making fun of the Patriots hat. They can't. So John,
I was
Joseph
wondering
said,
why you had that on.
How could you wear a hat like that? I said, John, I have a Yankee hat here, but it's very windy. If I lose a Patriot hat, who cares? I don't want to lose a good Yankee hat.
That's a good point.
So, what is your daughter doing up in the middle of nowhere?
Are you talking about Professor Minervini?
Yeah,
she's actually a professor. Tell me my wife didn't cheat. My daughter has a PhD as a professor at Creighton University. I don't need DNA. That woman cheated on me. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. That's something to be so proud of.
I mean, people come up to her and they go, "The kid, Dr. Minervini." I'm looking around this. I mean, I knew she had it, but I thought she was lying. Meanwhile, for that whole week, all we did was go into the school's closed. I'm cleaning out rat cages. There was 32 rats. I'm picking them up and going, "Are you a janitor here? Because you have the key." I don't. One kid called you doctor, and everybody else was sweeping out cages and picking up rats by their tail, and you seem more like a janitor to me.
Well, if cleaned up rat shit I made a mistake too. but cleaning up all rat crap, to your professor, I hate to be the president of the college. What's he up to?
It's so weird to walk on the college and just everything. You didn't see anybody. So
yeah,
about a third of a mile walk to her from the parking lot to her front door. I said, This is horrible. This is like a ghost town here.
Well, but there's a zombie apocalypse. You got a place to go.
Yeah, this is the place. But we did find an Italian store. Albia's Italian sausage store. It was like, we went in there. It was in heaven. I'm being loud. I'm like, oh my God, this is a sausage and Soprasad. And the guy was like, the other people were looking at me like I'm some kind of a freak. Just get the stuff and go. Yeah,
you're talking about pre-gout when you talk.
Where's that in Omaha, or is that's in Florida?
Omaha, Nebraska. One Italian store within 50 miles, and
it's good.
It was great. It was
really
because anyone to get steak.
I'll tell you how great this store was.
Omaha steaks.
Yeah,
yes, we had those. This Italian store, not only did they have the sausage and they had all the fish, they had the meat, they had brioche. You can't get brioche anymore.
Those little white things you put in the water.
So there's effervescent lemons, or you're gonna overeat.
I haven't even thought about that in 30 years. I forgot all about that.
Right. I
cool
bought
crap
one for her to keep, and when I took one home, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Do you know what he's talking about, Walt?
No.
Tell him, Richie.
You're Italian.
Well, you tell him. It's just we're highlighting you right now.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. When we were kids, everybody overate, and when we were done eating, we had brioche. It came in a blue glass jar. Now it's a blue plastic jar. It tastes like lemon soda, and we give it and digestion. Everybody burps. Everybody feels.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
It bubbles up.
Remember that.
It was
bubbles
better than
up.
Alka-Seltzer. It was the Italian Alka-Seltzer.
That's what I was going to say. Isn't it like Alka-Seltzer?
It looks like packing styrofoam, like they're little worms. And you put them in, and the fizzes would hit you in the nose, hit you in the eye.
Yeah.
And you go
settle
down,
your stomach.
And boom, a minute later you feel better.
Yeah, and that's a really offbeat Italian kind of thing in the corner that nobody remembers. I mean, when I was a little kid, I remember my grandmother used to make pig's feet. She used to make pig's feet in the sauce and meatballs with pinoli. And I mean, it was good. It was really good. I'm telling you.
I made the pig's feet myself. I just don't like looking at them. I can't put them in there, so I go pig's neck or.
What about the pig skin wrapped in the pig skin wrapped? You used to get a loaf of Italian bread, pig skin and tomato sauce, and just like be the happiest guy.
I never heard that. I mean, I've eaten pig skin, but how do they serve that pig skin? It's wrapped in a circle. It's almost like rolled skin in a piece of with corded, and it's cooked in the sauce, and that melts into the sauce, a lot of it, and what's left over is gelatinous, like fatty kind of. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's delicious. It was great. I remember eating it as a kid.
John, why don't you give that up for New Year's?
I'll give you a touche.
Jesus Christ! I eat the skin off of like a pork.
I need to write it
down.
There's my New Year's resolution. I'm off.
Oh man! And then New York, I gave you a picture of the ball dropping over there. What's going on there? Nothing's going on in New York this year, right?
Are they
No.
not dropping the ball?
They're dropping the ball, but there's going to be a couple VIPs there, but no people in the streets.
His ball has been dropped. But
Yeah, he's done.
He's done a long time. Is this it right here? There you go.
Yeah, I mean that's Times Square. Nobody's allowed to go.
Today, the mayor or governor or whatever, I saw a text message come in saying that he's warning people right now, don't come in, you'll be arrested. Like they don't want anybody near Times Square. Like they're just saying, stay away. We don't want you out. We don't want you doing anything. And by the way, you see now Richie's in Florida. He's got a governor there that's very liberal and letting people live their lives and do what they got to do. We're in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Michigan, California.
On
lockdown. And by the way, they say, from what I understand, they say there's no difference in the amount of COVID versus one versus the other. If you look at the numbers based on quantity.
My favorite comparison, John Walt, is Norway and Sweden. I don't know which one's which. They're same climate, exactly the same. One of them shut down and one of them stayed open. Exact same results. Who got COVID? Who died? Yeah.
Sweden.
One of them has an economy that's been going for 9 months. And the other one shut down and people are suffering.
Yeah, Sweden's the one that stayed open. They never shut down.
Right. That's it. It is Sweden. You're right.
Well, what's the agenda then, Richie? What's the agenda? What's going on?
I don't know. This, the governor of New York, we always get together you're not allowed to get together for Thanksgiving, but he said you could get together for funerals. So my brother had a funeral on Thanksgiving Day for his pet turkey Butterball. And in lieu of flowers, bring candied yams, pumpkin pie.
There was another joke like that too, where they say that the turkey died, so they're going to have a turkey, a funeral for the turkey the day of.
That was the big thing on. That was the big thing on Facebook, social media.
Yeah, the big turkey dying.
But,
that's the whole point, though. Just to be serious.
I didn't write that?
Okay. No, no, that was stolen, Carlos Mancia.
We had Joe Rogan on the show here.
There you go. Speaking of which, this year has been. It seems like they took away all of our joy. Everything is joyous, which is laughter, music, getting together with people, hugging, kissing, saying hello, singing, dancing, having drinks to each other, Thanksgiving, Christmas, religion. Everything has been just taken away. Everything is joyous in your life.
People sure have a good time.
Well, all by themselves.
They've been singing, dancing.
Yeah.
Well,
it's been horrible in New York, New Jersey area. It's just been dead.
Yeah. It's glum. It's glim. It's not good. And too, Richie. He used to book the Borgata Hotel for the comedy shows there. We used to have like 1,200 people.
That's where I saw you too, by the way. One of the Ray Garvey things, I saw you there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's been my biggest disappointment in my life, getting fired from that job.
You weren't fired.
No, that's right. My contract.
You were exchanged.
We don't need you tomorrow. And yeah, there's a new guy coming in, but I was in hog heaven in my career. I was seeing my pals every week. 3 new comics coming in, socializing. Then they said, "Listen, you got to stop going on." What? He said, "You can't go on anymore. You're here too often." I'm thinking, and I was thinking Vegas. Vegas, you just have and that really was. If they would have told me that I was booking guys too often, but we had a good time, John. God, did we have a good time?
Oh God, it was the greatest. It was so much fun.
Years of just relaxed comedy, guys working their asses off hard.
But it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about it.
John, stop lying. No, another New Year's resolution should be you should stop lying. It's all about the money for you.
He would drive out that night to go do a show somewhere else and then come back.
Yes, that's right.
I said, "What are you doing? You stay over one night." Nah, I got a gig in the afternoon. I got one up.
Gotta get the Muncie.
Not now, but I got to tell you, it wasn't. Honestly, Walt, it wasned about the money. It's just a primo gig. The place is great.
I know it.
Comics are all great. We had a good time. We'd just go there and eat dinner together and laugh our asses off for an hour or two, and then do the show and laugh, have a drink. It was just a great time to be around everybody. And not only that, the crowds are great. Everything was set up, the sound, the light, everything's perfect. Everything's laid out great. And the stage, the crew. You just walk in, you whack it. They laugh their ass off. Everybody has a good time. It's win, 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 win all around. Now, after he left, all of a sudden, they start calling back a long time later, and they go, "All right, now they could cut you down your money from good money to like dick money." And all of a sudden, it's like, I ain't doing that. I got to go and make that guy look bad after. No, I ain't doing it. I never did it.
So it was about the money.
No, I wouldn't.
They called
I
it
wouldn't go
Favorite
back.
Nations, right? And Joey Cola called me up. Hey man, I said, Joey, I'm not there. It's not hurting me. Do what you got to do. So he goes in there. Everyone's gonna do 20 minutes, a 1 hour show.
Same fee.
After the first show, the guy had the jeans, the rip thing, talking about
Yeah, got hurt.
They come the next day. Goes, listen. The guy goes, you don't do 20 minutes, do 15. You do 20. Joey, you do 25. The next night they come in and go, you don't do 15, do 10. You don't do 20, do 5. Joey, you do 35. And Joey's like, okay. And he's like, on stage, he went, why am I getting the same money? I'm now doing another 20 minutes. I should get $400 more. And he brings it up to the guy. The guy goes, you have trouble. We don't need trouble from comedians,
And that's the story of why Joey's no longer allowed in the Borgata.
That's it.
No, I used to get all the time, like when John Ivorone or Tommy Gooch would call me up. They're like, "Yeah, I'm at the Borgata." I says, "What's the matter? Richie can't find anybody else."
Yeah, I booked those guys through. I'm trying to think who I met them through. Maybe Freddie.
Ingenio.
Oh, Ingenio. It wasn't my pal Ingenio. Yeah.
That's who you met them through.
Tom's a great agent, a great man. Called me up. Hey man, I haven't seen you in so long. I'm thinking about driving down to the Borgata. I said, yeah, I'll get you room if you come when you come. I don't know, maybe come in Tuesday, Wednesday. Good. We'll spend some time. Good. We get on the phone. I want to book some guys. I'm talking about an hour and a half. I get my pen out. I put his guys up on my calendar. Maybe I booked 12 guys. And I go, all right, I'll see you Tuesday. I get a call Tuesday. Hey, I'm kind of busy. I can't come down. Some things came up. I went, this is because I booked all your guys. I should have waited till Tuesday. We could have had some fun. And you're not coming. No, I'll come. He never came.
And that's why Tom Ingenio is no longer allowed in the Borgata.
For the right reasons, too. Hey, Walt, where do you live?
I live up in Chester, New York, up by Monroe, New York.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I almost bought Kevin Meaney's house. He said he had 5 acres up there.
He was in Paulsburg.
And I said, how much? He goes, I just want to sell and get rid of it. He goes, like 229. I said, 229,000 for 5 acres? He said, my grandparents were in antique business, and there's got to be $150,000 worth of antiques in the house. So
wow.
I said, can we go now? He goes, I rented it out to some actors. They're doing summer stock. But in September, I said, all right, I'm calling him. And next thing I know, I get the news. I was like, there's
then
no
he passed
way I
away.
called his mother. Hello.
I like to, yeah.
John and I had a verbal agreement.
That was in Forestburg. That's where Kevin lived.
Yeah.
You know, I was on a plane.
He actually passed away there. He passed away in that house.
In fact, John, Peasy, and I, and Kevin, we were drinking pretty good in the long bar, and he starts with the cockroach coming out, putting on his hand, and I've already know. I know Peasy for so long. I know what he does. Well, Kevin was laughing and drinking. We're doing shots, and then he got offended at one point. He goes, "Are you guys picking on me?" I go, "No, we're not picking on you." He goes, and then you're laughing, and I said, "This is what we do. This is guys drinking." He goes, "Oh, this is not because of just the guys drinking. Oh, I'm getting shots. I'm getting shots." And he hugged us that night, and he had it was a night with the boys. He had a night with the boys.
He was a great guy. He was great. I got something that nobody has. I think I may have mentioned this to you, Walt. I have on my an old laptop over here.
Yeah.
I created I working on like a sitcom kind of a thing. Actually, not a sitcom, but a show. And it was the first time anyone gets a puppet. We teach them how to do ventriloquism, then we take them in the street and let them do it for a crowd.
Wow.
So Kevin said he would try to do it. He would do it. And I took him to the Friars Club. We taped him. The first time he picked up a puppet, he's talking, and he killed with it. And then we took him to Monday Night Magic in the city, and he goes on stage and does 12 minutes, and he just takes it down. He killed. He never did it before in his life. And he's got My Little Mammy. He's doing the whole thing up there, And I have it on tape, and we submitted it to the LA and all these things. We never got it going. And when him and I were flying to Atlanta for a gig, and he said to me, I had this other idea for a great little show for television and a series. And he told me this whole idea, and he sent me the whole script. It had to do with his home. and nobody knows about it. I got to tell you, I have all these great pictures and video and information from Kevin that I'm hoping to someday just compile and give to his family. I'm sure his daughter.
His daughter Kate Meany is on Facebook. You can just hit her.
Yeah,
I think she would love it. I think she'd love it because you're going to get to see a side of him on film that probably a lot of other people have never seen before. You know, he's a great guy.
Did either one of you guys go to Kevin's wake?
I did not.
No,
I got to go to it, and let me tell you, they had chocolates out. They had a thing that said chocolates.
Really?
I mean, every one of his bits was at the funeral home in some way or another.
Wow, way to go!
I love that. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, on the plane home today, I watched the documentary of Amazing Jonathan.
Oh, it's great.
But it was on the plane. I saw it on YouTube once. Here it is on the plane on Delta Airlines. I'm thinking, and they're showing him smoking crystal meth.
It was on Hulu, actually.
Was it Hulu? Well, it's on Delta. It's a really great.
It is, and it's a bizarre thing. He's supposed to be dead like 3 times 10 years ago already, and he's still
going, right?
Yeah. Well,
the doctor said to him a couple of years ago. He goes, "What are you doing? Because your numbers are all better." He goes, "I'm doing speed, crystal meth." He goes, "No, seriously." He said, "Doc, I feel I'm going to die anyway. I stopped doing this shit, and it's what I do." The doctor said, "Well, I can't tell you to do that, but
keep doing it.
Don't change your habits." Yeah,
but he had terminal cancer.
This guy alive.
He had terminal cancer probably 8 years ago, didn't he?
In 2014, he was supposed to die within a year.
Yeah.
He stayed in for 2 years. We had a gig up there. We went to Hooters late at night. All the comedians came out. Bobby Slayton and Jonathan comes in, frail looking, but man, he was really funny.
In Vegas, right?
Yeah.
That was Slayton's room. The Hooters room.
Yes, yeah, that's right. That was a great room.
Yeah, we had Slayton on a couple weeks ago. Bobby's a great guy. What a good, funny guy. He got a great deal with the sneakers.
What's
with
that?
Skechers.
I never got my Skechers. That son
I know.
of a beans wag. He was supposed to send me coupons for Skechers.
Yeah. He's got.
Is he a spokesperson for Skechers?
Yeah. I've heard it. I've heard it come on the radio several times already, and you can't not know it's his voice. I mean, it's just he's got that very distinct voice. Yeah.
It's all comedy.
That's him.
That's him.
Listen, so is there any resolution for you or not, Richie, for 2021? You got anything going on or no? What do you think? Really serious? Going to try to do anything?
I wasn't here for the whole show, but I'm thinking about putting a dome in my backyard. I'm going to paint the floor green. It's a company from California.
Pacific.
I'm going to be a king of my own domain.
Hey, Walt, that in comedy is called a callback.
That's a callback.
I'm doing callbacks. On January 6th, I'm going to be the Million Moron March in Washington, D.C. And as long as I'm political jokes,
I'll be there.
I'm going on Pennsylvania Avenue, not to the White House, but to the Citizen Center, right down the block, where they can take good care of them.
Well, on that note, by the way, I have to tell you, for me, New Year's Eve is much like being a Catholic priest. I really find it hard to wait till 12. I'm glad I could laugh at it.
Richie, steal that. Steal that.
You could use it.
I'm recording the whole show.
Well, Richie, if people want to find you, where should they find you?
I just moved to Fort Pierce, Florida. On the water, in a little condo on the water. I realized I've been doing shit for 35 years. I've been sitting here in Fort Lauderdale. I really wasn't feeling well. There was something wrong. And then I did a couple of gigs on the water. I went, I need water. I need to see water. So I bought this little condo, and that's where they can see me.
Richie, I think he meant a website. He meant a website, not where people you owe money can find you.
I know I should have a website, Walt, but back in the day when my wife threw me out, I had a little website to let everyone know I was working. I came home, and my neighbors, all other divorced guys from the area, they kicked in my front door. And my neighbors were going, well, your door's been swinging for a couple of weeks. You didn't think to call or look and see if I was dead in there?
No.
Here's the worst part. I called the cops. I'm afraid to go in. I called the cops. The cops come in. My stuff is thrown all over the place. My watches are on and I said, what did they just leave? And the cop said, Now they've been here. They've been here multiple times. The kids wouldn't steal my watches, my jewelry. My wife got everything, every good thing I've ever had. The kids stole nothing. They drank my scotch, but they were there multiple times. The cop could tell from the cigarette burns on my couch that they
just want to hang out.
That was about 20 years ago, so I haven't had a website since. Yeah,
but he's not. But he's not bitter. So
no. They want to hang out at the guy who was on the King of Queens' house. That's it.
His favorite food is broccoli Rob.
Introduced me on his podcast. Here's a guy who actually knows Kevin James, Richie Minervini. And my kids were like, "Oh, Dad, who's this guy? This is terrible." I said, "He's funny. The kid's funny."
I got to be honest. I was gonna introduce you as that tonight.
So you're going to be New Year's. Somebody in the chat said they want to come see you. You're going to be New Year's Eve where?
At the Wick Theater in Boca Raton.
Wick
Theater. $1 Million Quartet from one of the original guys from the Broadway show. So it's supposed to be great.
That's a great show. That's a great show. Again, Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Johnny Cash.
I saw it in Vegas. I thought this is great. I may have seen that guy, and I'm gonna like being there.
I got them up at my theater up here in November. Next November.
I'll be
Bring
there.
Rich again.
I'm the regular opening act.
You want to open for them, Rich?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We're gonna stream it to Australia.
That's good.
That's gonna hurt his numbers in the future. Trust me.
Yeah, when you go to Australia.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Richie, I appreciate you coming on here. I knew you just got off a plane today, and it was so nice
Rich.
to pop in here. It was really kind.
Old friends, new friends. Yeah, this is great.
It's always
Thanks
good.
for having me, John. Walt, I can't wait to get together with you again.
All right, we'll do it again.
Everyone wants to meet Walt.
See?
Everybody.
It's the shirt. It's the shirt.
It's the shirt. Hey, if you like the show, right here, youtube.com/coolcrap. We love, like, subscribe. We'd love to have you guys tell us what your thoughts are and come and see us anywhere we're going to be. And I'm at johnpeasy.com. You can read Richie in Florida somewhere.
Just go kick his door down. Kick his door down.
Thank you so much, Richie Minervini. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you later.
And don't forget, listen, live stream. What is it? Live stream tonight. We'll put it up on the Facebook
page.
Yeah, we'll put the link up for the comedy show that's going to be on New Year's Eve. We'll see. We'll see if we can get some numbers out of it too. But we'll put it up on our Cool Crowd page.
Hey, have a healthy New Year's, Walt. I hope
Thanks,
that
bro. I'll see you next week for show number 30.
That's fun. Ciao for now,
Happy New Year, everybody.